hardly going to be on the ice tonight. It's Mikey Graham.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
For me, it was great. It was a fun routine that really shows your personality.
Flames went higher.
But now I want you to try the harder lifts. Let's try and up the game a little bit.
The ring of fire.
I'm ready to step it up. You know, to be honest with you, I'm tired being at that place now. I need to move on from that, you know. I need to up the game.
1, 2. He came in on Monday very enthusiastic, and he definitely wanted to up his game. And so we've given him 5 lifts. Scoop lift, that's the idea. 2 jumps. Stay backwards. And 2 really tricky knee slides.
Down.
Turn, stand up, cross in front, step forward. No,
not that one.
Step down forward.
I did say last week that everybody would see a different Mikey this week. And, you know, I'm not afraid to do that, and I'll be giving it everything that I've got.
And put it down. It's busy, isn't it?
I feel I've kind of been stagnant the last 3 weeks, you know. And I've seen the other celebs really up their game. And I'm kind of getting a little bit worried and thinking, you better pull your socks up here and put your skates on.
This week, Mikey's quite keen to not be the comedian again, and the song we've given him is quite powerful. So this will show off his skating skills, and if he pulls it off, this could be the week that we see him moving up again.
Go. Don't panic. It wants to look faster over the ice, and I think you can do that. A little bit more speed.
Now it's time to do what is required of me, you know, give the judges what they want. And I'm more than prepared now to do that. The time has come.
Skating to Dancing in the Dark. Please welcome onto the ice, Mikey Graham and Melanie Lambert.
I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. Just dancing in the dark, you can't start a fire. What about you? You won't go far. This comes to higher. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Hey, baby.
He has been Mr. Consistent, but there was a stumble in the middle which clearly affected his concentration for a moment. His score hasn't improved for the last 3 weeks. There was more speed tonight. Not as many jumps as a kangaroo stampede, but his 2 waltz jumps looked very good. That was the lift and pull-through combination, which followed some very nice backward steps. And the drag sequence where he lost balance. Struggling to catch up. Pity really, because the jumps were excellent. Finished with a lunge sequence. Well, he's only once scored in the 20s. Here's tonight's score for Mikey. Karen 3, Nikki 2.5, Jason 2.5, Emma 3, Robin 2.5. Gives him 13.5, his lowest score.
Mikey, oh no. I think actually for the second part of that routine, the audience lifted you up and carried you around there, didn't they?
I have to say, we came out to practice right before we went on, and he took a really, really nasty fall. And I don't think he's okay. I think the adrenaline got him through that, so well done.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, actually, but we did see you fall, and then you skated over to the benches over there, and you were rubbing your knee. Have you hurt yourself?
Yeah, the leg's a bit sore. No complaints. It is what it is.
How did he do? Did he manage to do some of the things that you set him?
Absolutely. The thing is, he did have a big fall just beforehand, and I think it totally shocked him and his confidence as well. So that was an issue with that routine. There was a few mistakes that we haven't seen all week in practice. It's been going great. That's what happens in competition sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what the judges have to say. Holly?
Robin, poor Mikey, it's week 7 and this is his lowest score to date. I imagine this wasn't the progress you were looking for.
No, and I have to say, in this afternoon's practice, it is a very difficult performance. There was so much more effort, and I really thought, finally had turned that corner. But obviously, I mean, the jumps happened, that's the good news, but I mean, I don't need to point it out. Everybody could visibly see all the mistakes that happened throughout. It's one of those things, you've got to put it behind you, and if you get the chance to come back, then you can prove to myself and everybody else what you worked for and what you were doing this afternoon.
Thank you, Robin. Jason, let's come to you.
Well, Mikey, it's a shame because it did look like you were dancing in the dark, mate, with all those stumbles. I mean, it was not a good week for you, but you know that. I mean, what can we say? This isn't the progression that we were hoping for. And hopefully, if you're around next week, you'll be the Mikey that we all know and love.
Thank you, Jason. Happen tonight?
Yeah, I saw Mikey just take the fall before we went live on air, and I was really concerned that all wasn't well. That performance reflected that things aren't right, and we will get them sorted out, but that's not the Mikey that I know, and he'll be back next week.
Thank you, Garen. Thank you.
Go and get some ice on your knee now. If you want Mikey to be jumping for joy later, vote for him when we open the lines at the end of the show. Mikey and Melanie! Cases beyond their limits. Earlier, we saw Mikey give a somewhat shaky performance due to a fall moments before the live show, and we managed to find it. Here it is. It's a very heavy fall.
Ooh.
He's very lucky he didn't bang his head, actually. So it's
it was
easy
nasty,
to understand
wasn't
why he was a little bit shaky.
Looks like he's clutching his elbow there. He goes, oh.
Bang.
Just see how dangerous it really is. Well, since his performance, Mikey has been in physio and we'll keep you updated on how he's doing.